Hi everyone, Keith here. Hey, just want to say, hey, happy Friday. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Make it safe and through this tumultuous time of the world's end, September 23rd, the rapture. Anyway, wanted to talk to everybody today about this birth certificate and how it is a total fraud. First, I want everybody to realize the birth certificate is a trust developed by three entities: the mom, the doctor, and the state. That's what that trust was developed on. It's a trust developed through the International Monetary Fund, and later on assigned a sub-account through the Social Security Administration when you register for a Social Security number. This is what allows people to be, quote, employed. It's a very specific word used through the IMF and the Internal Revenue Service, Federal Reserve, Social Security Administration. It's all in relation to a J-O-B, job, and not a life. A job is for a decedent. Anyway, this birth certificate, understand that birth certificate is a trust, a bond, a trust, a commercial account developed without full, proper consent. Remember, when babies are born, they have co-creators. They have both a mom and a dad. That birth certificate trust is developed without the consent, full consent of both co-creators, thereby making it a fraud, vitiating every act, including the Social Security Administration account developed off of that fraudulent trust, including any licensing developed regarding whether it be an entity identification number or a Social Security number. It is all fraud. Period. We also know it's fraud through HJR 192, which is a House Joint Resolution and not a law, and Public Law 7310. The public law is for the people. The House Joint Resolution is for Congress, for the House and the Senate. It is what tells them that they are already resolved and obligated to the debts that are incurred because of them monopolizing the economy with a thing called a Federal Reserve note. The United States of America government, political body, hired a corporate body known as the International Monetary Fund, the Federal Reserve banks, and the Internal Revenue Service, and the Social Security Administration. The whole circus is nothing but a fraud. Circus all the way around. If you people cannot understand this, let me help you understand it in 4 verses in the Bible. And I will stand to this till my death. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And then we swing back to Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. For my people shall perish for the lack of knowledge. And then we think about give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Those fictitious Federal Reserve notes that are not ours. They do not belong to us. We do not work for fucking Walmart or fucking McDisneyland. I don't work for a McPaycheck. I am not McEmployed. I don't have a McJob. I'm not a McPerson. I'm a living being. And I already have a covenant with my Creator. unlimited power to contract. And I have these fools telling me that I volunteered. I didn't volunteer as an infant. I was indoctrinated to believe. And it wasn't until I was able to overcome the fears of my belief and find the knowledge that's already out there right in front of my fucking face was I able to realize the truth. Yeah, while it is a privilege to drive and required to have a driver's license in order to do so, I also have a right to travel unfettered. And that was omitted. It was deceitful, done on fraudulent terms through a public not enough education system. And this is why it's so important to teach your own children above and beyond the curriculum that the public not enough education system gives them. This is what gives them the advantage, is people handing over their responsibility to govern their children. Because they can't even govern themselves. They can't educate themselves. They're too lazy. They want to sit on a couch and snarf down all the potato chips and processed foods and pollute themselves along with their minds. It's too much work to ask a question. Never know how easy the question or the answer might be. You know, that's the hardest thing. I seem to find is a lot of people think it's so hard to ask a question. It's like the addict. They find it so hard to pick up the phone. People find it so hard to pick up a book and look for themselves. So I urge you to understand and comprehend how these trusts work. When a birth certificate is formed, it is done fraudulently, point blank, period. Each one of us has what are known as co-creators, a mom and a dad, as co-creators in any contract. If you want to take it into this contract law, go ahead. If you want to take it into admiralty maritime law, the dad has more rights to property than the mom. So either way you want to look at it, fuck these motherfuckers. Rebut that goddamn birth certificate and rebuts everything. Rebuts everything. If the birth certificate itself is fraud, and everything else is dependent upon it, then everything else is fraud as well. And I assure you, everything they do is based on implication. They have implied, you have presumed that their implication is correct because you believe things, and you believe in the fear of their enforcement. Get over your fear. The only thing to fear is fear itself. You get over that and you start filling all that blank hollow space. You get rid of all that fear out of here. You have all that hollow space now. You fill it with knowledge. Fill it with knowledge. It's pathetic how we live in today's society and we know these things. We know the birth certificate is a fraud. From the point of origin, it is not genuine. Therefore, there is no genuine title on a living man. Who the fuck says I volunteered for shit? Who the fuck says they got a title over me? Who the hell is to say they have a title over anything I own? It's all done on implication and presumption. And all you have to do is rebut the implication with reality of the truth, and that rebuts the presumption automatically. Get over your possessiveness of these Federal Reserve notes and understand what the true value is. When you sign your name, you give any document, now becomes an instrument. It's a financial instrument. You've just given it value. Quit doing that unless you know what you are doing. If you don't know what you are doing, do not do it. Parents, adults, minors, younger generation, everybody listen up. Listen up good, particularly you parishioners of all these different denominations of religion who religiously travel about your merry way every week, sometimes multiple times during the week, to go to this church. all you pastors, ministers, preachers who profess to preach the good word and then make your parishioners bow down to the state when they require a marriage license. How dare you? Tell me there's a separation of church and state when you file for 501c3. How dare you? And yet you people are the ones that are the sheep that go follow them. You're the lambs following the sheep in wolves, or the wolves in sheep's clothing. It's right on its face. Prima facie evidence. There is no separation of church and state. The only separation of church and state is when you step up and profess your own fucking religion, your own faith, your own belief, your own choice, your own degree to change your mind whenever you want. When you step up and declare your age of majority, your power of attorney, your status of your notice of foreign state status, declaration of independence, diplomat. You are a foreign entity to every entity. You are a bank. You are the prosecutor. You are the postmaster. You are self-governing. You have unlimited power to contract. That doesn't mean unlimited power to contract in this field or unlimited power to contract in this field. It doesn't mean shit but unlimited. So again, when you people want to profess that you're all this religious and Catholic and Protestant and Baptist and holy as thou, cannot follow two masters. So again, in 4 verses from the Bible, I tell you, Timothy chapter 10 verse 6, for the love of money is the root of all evil. You cannot follow two masters. Give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and from my people shall perish for the lack of knowledge. I'll rebut every fucking document they put out with those four things. I have a covenant already in place. I will not pledge allegiance to any other and renounce that allegiance, period. I am not a citizen of any republic, of any Dominican, of any socialist. I'm of my Creator, and that's it. Anyway, I just thought I'd put that out there because I'm really tired of people letting this shit go on when it's prima facie evidence on the record. Every time somebody is born in this country and they commit the fraud of the birth certificate and then file it away, I assure you everyone should get every copy they get. Send in for every copy they can get. It's prima facie evidence of the fraud, of not having full consent of both co-creators in performing or constructing a trust dependent upon the heir, H-E-I-R, heir of a previous estate known as dad. None of these documents has dad's signature, then he wasn't party of that trust construction. Anyway, that's it for tonight. It's Friday night. Go have a good weekend. And God bless you all. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. Have a great night.